So excited to see you guys. I feel like I've been covering Henry Danger for forever. So I'm so excited that you guys are back on our TV screens. Can you take me more through that conversation and process of what it was like getting back into character for this film?
Well, I'll go first because mine was real easy. They were like, "Hey, do you want to be Frankini in Henry Danger the movie?" And I was like, "Yup." I was like, sounds like a dream come true. I love Frankini, and getting to do him in a bigger setting was so exciting. And also getting to see all my old friends like Ella, and getting to meet Glee and work with Glee has just been so amazing. So I'm really glad that this movie happened. It's such a blessing.
For me, it was just kind of getting right back into it. I mean, a part of that is just because like we're all just a big family. So, and for me personally, character wise, I mean, it's just sort of me. It's just sort of me doing me and having fun. And also I had matured, 2019 to 2024. So I got the opportunity to just kind of, let Jasper mature with me. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward for me.
Yeah, I mean, same with me. I, of course, will always have the softest spot in my heart for Piper. But reading what Chris did with the script and taking her into these alternate dimensions, and Van Piper being an entity, and that entire journey that I got to go on was just so much fun, and I knew that it was going to be a great time. So yeah, I'm so happy we got to reunite.
It's really funny because like we watch all the kids grow up, like they do these like, grow up things, and glow ups, and you see all the kids, and then there's me and Cooper just kind of going, yeah, all right, whatever. I've been playing Schwaz on Danger Force for the last, 4 or 5 years or whatever so it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm suddenly playing Schwaz again. I'd been playing him for a while. But it was really cool to then revisit the Henry Danger cast. Like Sean said, we hadn't been together in like 5 years, dealing with these people who I knew as kids, as children, who are now adults. And I love that. That was so, I don't know, it was just refreshing. It was so cool to see these people and how amazing they've done and how much they've matured and how they approach the work and all of that. It was a real delight.
For sure. And Glee, you're new to the cast. What was that like coming in, and did you grow up watching Henry Danger when you were younger?
Oh my gosh. Well, I will say that Henry Danger was a little bit before my time. Like at the time that it came out, I was probably like 3. So I was probably like it was like an infant when it came out. So I had definitely seen a lot of it because it was so popular, and I thought it looked really fun. But I definitely will say at that time on Nickelodeon, I was watching My Dora the Explorer. I was watching all those other kids shows at the time. But coming onto this set was really incredible, getting to like meet Jace, Ella, Frankie, and like getting to work with these like legacy casts, and they had like made something truly incredible. That's why they're called like legacy cast. I honestly just jumped on this moving train, but they made it so easy to just ride it.
It's incredible to see, in July, it's going to be 11 years since the original Henry Danger premiered on Nickelodeon.
Don't tell me that.
I know, we're all getting a little old, but what do you think is about the series and about the franchise that stood the test of time that people want to see you guys back on TV?
I think it's the people involved. I really do. I mean, that's what made it so magic, and I think that that's the reason that it resonated so deeply with our fans.
I think it's our bond. I think that we had so much fun, not only offset but onset, and I think that is what really shined through the screen. I mean, I don't want to, I'm not going to name anything, but like you hear a lot of shows that go through drama and all sorts of that, but for the most part we were pretty free and clear. I mean, we had our problems here or there, but for the most part, like, we really were like a family, and I think we really got to take that and just throw it into the show. And I think that also helps here in the movie. Again, like, we hadn't seen each other in 4 or 5 years, but it really was just like a family reunion. And I think that's what really makes it special. It's like we genuinely have fun when we're doing the job.
These scenes and these action scenes, you guys leveled up a lot. I love I got to watch the movie and I loved it. Can you tell me more about your favorite action scene maybe that you guys filmed?
Wow. I mean, favorite action scene, I loved filming the scene where I push
Yes.
through a million walls. When I just heard that concept, I was like, that's so interesting. And seeing the walls and what they did after the fact, like adding all of the special effects in, it was like mind blowing. So that was so much fun. And just being super evil was the best.
Yeah. Ella and I had too much fun as vampires together. There were times where we actually couldn't keep it together because we couldn't. First of all, those contacts, you can't see anything. So like both of us were like, "Are you there? Are you there? Okay, good." And then they were like, "Action!" We were like, "Ella, we have to be evil." Like we're both smiling, and our teeth hurt, and we can't see, and it was just so crazy. But the most fun to do, and then getting to like actually drop in and be like an evil vampire character with someone that you've known for so long, and also like we never ever get to do things like that, was really fun. Like the vampire scenes were definitely my favorite. So cool.
We did 2 weeks before we even shot a training for all of those action sequences, and unfortunately, like for example, the final fight, I know we actually had quite a lot more of actual fighting in the final fight in the cul-de-sac, but unfortunately a lot of it got cut for time, not only when we were shooting wise, like we just ran out of time so we couldn't film it, but there was also stuff that we did film that also got cut for time. But I'd have to probably go with the dystopia fight stuff. I mean, that was super cool. It was very cool to be on that set. We were also shooting that at like 4 a.m. in the freezing cold and the rain, but like we had a load of fun, and I think that was actually like the first fight sequence stuff we actually really like true, like, hey, we're getting down and we're actually shooting some like actual fight scenes here, not like, hey, you're gonna do a stunt here or you're gonna throw a punch there. This was like the very first full fight scene we shot.
Oh, I definitely have to say Shimmers was probably my favorite place to film. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. All the colors. I remember the first time seeing that set while it was like being built. I think I have a video of me like walking in. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's just like this place of bliss, and like Frankie did an incredible job doing Smile, all the dancers, all the background, and it was just a really fun place to be.
For sure. Frankie, can you tell me more about the performance in the original song? I loved it.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I was so excited. I got to work on Henry Danger the musical on the TV show, and then so to have Sam Martin write Smile, she also wrote the musical. It just made me smile. It's a very cheeky song. You can cry but don't stop smiling, I think is a great lyric for today, tomorrow, and maybe always. The choreography was fantastic. Hard to do, hard to learn, very quick. Like we were just in there. The dancers already knew everything, and I was plugged in it like at the very end, and I was like, whoa, maybe I should have been at rehearsal earlier because this is a lot. But we nailed it, and they were so professional, and we got to shoot we had a 14-hour day where we shot Smile 3 ways. Once with the scene in the middle, once for the finale, and then once as the music video. And the last thing we did was the music video, and we shot it single lady style. It was just like start to finish, go, like we're on Broadway, like there was an audience. So it was very exciting, and I had the best time doing it, and I was so tired afterwards.
I can imagine. I want to touch a little bit on the theme of this movie. Like I said, I did get to watch it. It was sweet to see the bonds and kind of the friendship that, Jasper and Henry have. Can you maybe talk more about that, and what do you hope kids take away from watching this movie?
As I've gotten older, I've come to appreciate and cherish the closer relationships that I have. And we live in a really weird time, obviously, with social media, where a lot of your popularity, who it's all based on a number. It's all social media. It's bragging rights. And I think that people shouldn't care so much about the number, because it really doesn't matter about the number. What truly matters for you in your personal life is those people that have your back, the people that you can depend upon. And you don't need to know this large group of people, because you may not even know a lot of them truly. It's so much better to just even if it is 1 or 2 people, it's better to have those really, really tight relationships. Again, someone that will be there for you when you need them. And I hope that kids kind of understand that, especially now. So hopefully, hopefully they're making some strong connections out there.
I think ultimately it's a message of not taking people for granted, which I think is a beautiful message for today. I think, you know, we often are just like, oh, that's my best friend, they're fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I didn't like say thank you to that person, but they know that, you know, I've got their back, whatever. Maybe they don't. And I think also like today in the way that the world is right now, just tell people that you appreciate them, like make sure people know how valued they are in your life. And I think that is a great message that this film gets across really well.
Well, I think that the show and the film really talks to how we care for each other. Mm-hmm. You know, that the way that Jasper and Henry heal their relationship is this sort of understanding and room and forgiveness and the respect that we show one another, regardless of you know what we're going through. You know.
One last question quickly before we wrap. Glee, can you maybe give me any behind the scenes secrets from filming that we wouldn't know just by watching the movie?
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's so many.
Because it's called Celeb Secrets.
Being on set. I gotta think about that.
That we never behaved until the director said action.
Oh yeah. I gotta say, one of my biggest secrets is basically everything that we shot was on a soundstage. Like almost everything, everywhere we filmed was like from scratch. I remember coming in 2 weeks before we actually started filming, and I could see like all the wood being laid out, everything being like drawn and everything. And then when it was done, the first time we filmed, especially in that like little neighborhood spot where Missy's house is, it's like you step into like a different dimension. It's like a portal, and like you're in a completely different place. But like everything from the houses to like the cars to the whole Shimmers place, like everything was built from the bare hands of like all of our incredible like workers that worked on it. It was really incredible.
Yeah, I was curious as to where you guys filmed that, so I didn't know that. That's really cool.